Ladies and gentlemen, Game Doctor here, this time with a nutshell for Day of the Shell. Day of the Nutshell, if you will. Being published by Goblin Studios, this game is promising a little roguelite adventure game with a kind of tactics-based shootout game, one-click, one-move shootout. What they mean by that is the game moves very fluid and fast. You click to move, you click to shoot. That's the game. You move around. You kind of play with these XCOM percentages. So we're going to be getting behind cover, you know, playing with these anywhere from 100% to 0% rolls, ideally. So the closer we are, the more accurate our shots, the further we are. Also based on cover. And same for the enemies. When enemies shoot at you, they're going to have percentage chances to hit. You know, if I'm behind half cover, they might have a 15% chance to hit or whatever. So there's a lot of RNG to the game, but it does move fast. And I got to say, it played pretty sweet. Going right into the game, it was fluid. The tutorial doesn't get in your way. It keeps you moving. Right within the first like 3 minutes, I was in like a little battle, a little shootout here, getting behind cover and blasting people, and it felt really, really cool. I will say that there was a big disjoint from the first run to the second run. When you're in that tutorial run, it seems like they cheat a lot in your favor and you get away with a lot of things, like running behind cover and running behind half cover, and all of a sudden you're immortal and you're blasting people. And then on the second run, it seems like they stop holding back, and all of a sudden the percentages are more honest. So when you get behind half cover, you're taking a lot more damage, which you got away with in the first run. So that was really interesting. That transition period from, you know, tutorial-ish run to second run. I was like, wow, they taught me a lot of bad habits. That being said, I think this game feels really cool, and I think everyone should download the demo and feel it and check it out. You guys might really, really like it, and I would love to see more games like this that try to like take these concepts, and I say this all the time, I love when games take advanced concepts and boil it down, right? Take a 4X kind of game and boil it down, boil it all the way down, right? Take RTS, boil it down, and you have Bad North, right? I love when games can derive what is really cool about a game or genre and then, you know, make a simplified version of it without lacking bite. Thus brings me to why I'm on the fence about Day of the Shell. One of my biggest things from the game, once they set the precedents in the first 2 or 3 minutes and they succeeded on what they're trying to sell, which is like fast-paced shootouts and stuff, I don't think it goes much of anywhere, right? Once I got my first upgrade, which was like if you move at your maximum distance, you do bonus damage, that was like the biggest change of gameplay throughout the whole game. That was it, right? Like, you pick an upgrade that like, okay, now you want to move and shoot or whatever. Cool. Got it. What else is it going to cook up? Nothing. It didn't go anywhere. I played the same game for the last like hour and a half. And what I mean by that is like the same experience. What you get in like the first 5 minutes is what you get the whole time. And this is what kind of broke my heart, is like, I was always waiting for more crunch. This idea is so cool now. Where are you going to take it? Show me how you bring this idea to life now, right? Like, I get the proof of concept now. Now, give me the space to play in, right? And I just feel like I always play, it felt very formulaic. Like, even the first boss, I would never want to fight again. Like, I would never want to do another run. It was so tedious. It's this guy with like 100 HP and you're doing like, you know, 6 damage a turn or whatever when you can shoot. And remember, it's like very formulaic. So it's like, there's like 3 turns where he's going to be shooting at you and you have to just like run around in the open and use 3 or 4 turns just doing that because you can't shoot. Otherwise, you're going to take damage. And then you get to shoot twice, and then you're gonna go through the cycle again or whatever. God, I would never want to do it again. So again, I think this is one of those awesome ideas, but I wish the idea was stress tested more and talked about with a professional, because I just feel like it's not its truest potential. I feel like it's very solid. I don't think it's bad by any means, but I wish it got to go to its truest potential. So this is one of those games where I have to say, like, it really depends on the price point, right? I would not run out and buy it because they didn't show me that it's going to get a lot spicier. It didn't show me that it's going to respect my time. I would not want to go and start from the beginning of that run again because there's no emergence. There's no change of gameplay, right? And it almost makes me wonder if it should just be a play-through kind of game, because that's kind of, you know, how it feels. It's like, damn, I don't know if I would want to go through this again. So this one's a little complicated. I highly recommend you check out the demo for yourself and try it out, especially if you're not someone that plays everything under the sun like me. Don't adopt my opinion on it. This is coming from someone that plays everything and dissects everything. I think this concept is really cool. I just wish it went further. It's going to depend on the price point for me. Because again, it is that experience that doesn't feel like replayable to me, and it's like what you see is what you get right out of the gate. So I would want a price point to kind of reflect that. But we'll see how it ends up. Again, it is very beautiful and punchy, and it feels cool. And I love this concept. I would love to see more things like this. That's a review. a couple days ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, we tried this game. And when we first jumped into it, I was like, wow, this is awesome. As we got deeper into it, we noticed that there's a lot of problems and friction points as far as a lot of it. The moment to moment, the stagnicity of the runs, not feeling like there's replayability, being way too obvious to catch that there's not replayability, which means they're not distracting the player good enough. How all the runs feel the same. The dark meta is literally boring dark meta, plus 1% this, plus 2% that. It's extremely dated. Anyway, we talked about all of these things, and I looked today because the game just came out yesterday, and they're slowly approaching mixed. We see this all the time. Why is there mixed feelings on it? Well, we go down here and we see, I believe, it's the same things we talk about. Not recommending for now. Anytime somebody says this, I feel the same way. Imagine that they're not me. Imagine that you're just a consumer and you don't understand design, right? Of course not. You don't understand how to talk about games. You don't have the language for it. You could see, I don't recommend for now. It's kind of like me. If I didn't have the words and stuff, that's how I feel. It's like, you ever see those people that say, I wish there was a mixed button? I get it. It's because it's a game you want to love. It's awesome. It looks awesome. And you can imagine a really good version of it. But then when you play it, you get nothing but let down. I get it. I get that feeling. I can talk about why, but most people can't. They're going to say, it's just that feeling, right? A few patches, maybe. I feel like it bought the game in EA. Full worth price in EA bells and whistles. Gameplay loop is there, but the replayability is much to be desired. It's like we can talk about this after like 5 minutes. It's like we did talk about this after 5 minutes, right? Because they are correct. Yes, you could play runs over and over again. So yes, there is that replayability, but that's the same replayability any game has, right? You can play any game over and over. Selling replayability comes with context today. That is a context word. Plays runs over and over again, but the layouts stay completely the same. The meta progression is mind-numbingly slow. We see this all the time. How many games launch with this? And then after 1 week, what do? We see a patch note saying increase the meta progression because their grind is too obvious. They take the grind and they say, I'm going to grind and you guys have to give me your playtime. But if it's too obvious, they notice and will complain, right? And we see this all the time. Conversation. Just a powerful conversation. The GameDoctor.net. I just wanted to go over that really quick. It's so important. Again, we see this every week, so we're going to keep doing these.